Welcome to this SSR reading session. We are continuing to read chapter 8 of SSR, and we'll try to finish it. Uh, the way we'll go is I'll read some one or two paragraphs and we'll discuss, and then you can also read next two paragraphs and all that. Okay? So, let's start from here from Srimad Bhagavatam. From the Srimad Bhagavatam, Lord Chaitanya gives an example of pure devotion. It is said in the Bhagavatam that Krishna is situated in everyone's heart. Therefore, just as rivers flow and the natural tendency is to reach the sea, so as soon as one hears the glories of the Lord, the soul at once attracted toward the Supreme Lord. This is the beginning of pure devotional service. So, devotional service starts with hearing about the Lord, okay, serving his devotees, and so on. As soon as there is chanting, vibration, Hare Krishna, immediately Krishna's paraphernalia, name, fame, abode, Krishna's associates, everything, all of a sudden becomes manifested because he is present. So with Krishna, his devotees, his paraphernalia like flute, Tulsi, his names, so many names Krishna has. Vasudev, Yashodanandana, Agadadamana, Krishna's famousness, and Krishna's knowledge, Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, everything, Krishna's abode, everything becomes manifested whenever we chant Krishna's name. This is the beginning of Krishna consciousness. To remember by reference to a context means that as soon as one hears a code word, one at once remembers all the information behind the code. Similarly, when our mind is attracted to Krishna and everything about Krishna, simply by hearing a little glorification of his qualities, that is the beginning of pure Krishna consciousness. There is no more gati or movement of the mind. So in the holy name, everything is there. Just like there is a zip file, and that zip file has many files in it, and we just double click on it, open. Then hundreds of files in it just opens up. Similarly, the holy name is like that. It is so strong. It was just the way with the gopis. As soon as they heard the sound of Krishna's flute, they gave up everything. Some of them were lying down, some of them working in their family affairs, some were taking care of their children. But as soon as they heard Krishna's flute, they forgot everyone and rushed to him. Their husbands, their brothers and fathers said, "Why are you going and leaving your duty?" But they did not care. They simply left. There is no impediment and no stumbling block in that merge of mind with Krishna. This is the beginning of pure devotion. So what Prabhupada is talking is pure devotion. Pure. This word pure is very important. In pure devotion, there is no stoppage, no impediment, no interruption. Presently, the devotion that we are doing is not pure because there is interruption, because we are practicing. What we are doing is practicing devotion. When we come to the platform of pure devotion, then there is no stoppage, no stumbling block, no impediment. Nothing can stop us. So it's a very high state, and that's what the gopis were doing. Will you like to read the Prabhuji? You can continue.
Yes, true.
Yeah.
Purushottam means Krishna. The word Purush means enjoyer. The conditioned living entities are false enjoyer, imitation enjoyer. Here in this material world, all living entities are acting as Purusha. The more exact meaning of Purusha is male. The male is considered to be the enjoyer, and the female is considered to be the enjoyed. In the material world, whether one has a male or female body, everyone has the propensity to enjoy, and
So
therefore everyone, yes,
yeah. So Purusha, Purush and Stri. We have heard
yes,
these terms, right? And we may think, the Purusha in the literature, in the philosophy is also male only. It is true, it is male, but here the male is not the linga. It is not it's not the sex. It is the tendency to be the enjoyer. And in the material world, both want to enjoy. Male and female body both want to enjoy. So technically, both try to be Purusha. Okay, go ahead. But actually,
But actually, the only one Purusa is the Supreme Lord. We living entities are his energy and he is the supreme enjoyer. We are not Purusa. Energies are employed for enjoyment and we are energies, instrument of the Supreme Person. Therefore, Purushottam is Supreme Transcendental Person, Krishna. When our pure devotion for the Supreme Personality of Godhead is employed and there are no impediments or stumbling blocks, that is symptom of pure Krishna consciousness.
Yes, so symptom of pure Krishna consciousness when there is no impediment or stumbling blocks. Now, what does that mean? Stumbling blocks means if there comes something in front of it, our devotion to Krishna is not stopped. That's what it means. For the gopis, the stumbling, the impediments were what? That they were married, they were taking care of children, they were doing their household work, and Krishna is playing flute and calling them. But those impediments didn't stop them. You're getting? Therefore,
Yes,
their love for Krishna is pure. Whereas in our case, we are like, oh, Prabhuji, I am working in the office. How can I do this? How can I do that? I get only this much time only. So this is our state, which is not like very bad or something. It is our maturity. It is our level that we are. We are babies in Krishna consciousness. You cannot expect a baby to run on the very first day. Do you expect? No. You allow the baby to grow slowly, gradually, right? First, let it crawl, let it turn over, then crawl, then try to stand, and then fall over, then try to walk and walk in a very funny way, then walk properly, then start running, then fall, then start running in a proper way, right?
yes,
So, this is what we are also going to do in our Krishna consciousness. We will first try to turn over, little will come. Like some devotees will say, oh, Prabhuji, I will only come once a year to Janmashtami. Well, he's just trying to turn over. Then someone will crawl. He will only come for Sunday feast or festivals, multiple festivals he will come. Like that. Then, they'll start to walk and walk in a funny way, like that. So slowly, slowly we'll chant one round, two round, then come to 16 round. Then from 16 round to remove the anarthas within us, it will take a long time. So this is our journey. And Krishna is happy seeing us in that journey. He's not like sad, oh, he's taking so much time. No, he's very happy. So we have to start from where we are. Okay. So we may be
there is.
baby. Yeah, tell me.
Sorry. No, no, sorry.
So
You
we may be toddler, we may be small person. We have to start from where we are. We shouldn't jump like monkeys and try to do things. Only sometimes we should try to do, not every time. Okay, read. There is no ambition, right?
yes.
Go
There
ahead.
is no ambition or motive in pure Krishna consciousness. Every other transcendental function or mode of worship is backed by the motive. Someone wants salvation, someone wants material prosperity, someone wants to go to a higher planet, someone wants to go to Krishna Loka. This ambition should not be there. A pure devotee has no such ambition. Pure devotee does not even desire to go to the supreme abode of Krishna. Of course, he goes, but he has no desire. He simply wants to engage himself fully in Krishna's service.
So this is a pure devotee. Okay, he's not desiring even to go back to home, back to Godhead. Okay. In our
Yes,
case, we are definitely desiring to go back home, back to Godhead. Okay. But a pure devotee is not even desiring that, and Krishna takes him. Ultimately, Krishna takes him, but
yes,
he's not desiring. Okay.
yes. There
Any
are different,
any question, comment?
no, till now, no.
Okay, go ahead. Yeah.
There are different kinds of salvation. There is Shalak liberation to live on the
Salokya,
same planet.
Salokya. Salokya
Salok,
liberation.
yeah, Salok liberation to live on the same planet as Supreme Lord, the residents of the Vaikuntha planets to live on the same planet as Supreme Personality of Godhead. Sar- Sarsti liberation means to have almost the same opulence as Narayan. The liberated individual soul can appear just like Narayan with four hands, the four eh, em-
Emblems. Four
emblem,
emblems means,
almost the
yeah, Gada, Padma, Chakra,
Shankh Chakra. Yes,
Shankar. Yeah, yes.
four emblems, almost the same bodily feature, the same opulence, the same ornaments, the same building, everything. Sarupya means we have the same form or feature. Samipya means near, to be far away, but always to be associated with the Supreme Lord. For example, just as we are sitting together, so one can associate with the Lord. This is called Samipya Mukti, the liberation of being nearer. Pure devotees, however, do not accept these various forms of liberation. They only want to be engaged in Krishna's service. They are not
Okay, okay.
concerned with it.
So there are two types of liberation here. Actually, there are four types, out of which these two types, right? Salokya and Sarupya.
Mhm.
Uh, Salokya and Samipya. Hmm?
Yes,
This they are not so much interested. The reason for that is Salokya means you live in the planet, okay, and you have the
yes,
same form as the Lord, four
yes,
hands, yeah. And Samipya means you are near to the Lord. You are near to the Lord. You associate with the Lord and all. But pure devotee is saying, what is the point of being near to the Lord, and what is the point of looking like Lord? I don't want all this. I just want to serve Krishna. You see? So there is a difference in their devotion. Okay.
yes,
So they just want to serve Krishna. They are not
yes,
interested. I want the opulence of Vaikuntha. No. I want to look same like Lord. No. I just want to be near him. Like, there are so many fans who want to be near to their actors and actresses and politicians and all that. Right? He says, no, no. Just being near, I'm not interested. What is my interest in? If I go near to him, that should be the only reason I should go is there should be some service. Without service, I don't want to go near to him. That is called as some. I mean, that is the pure devotion. Okay.
yes.
Hmm. Go ahead.
They are not concerned with any kind of liberation. Those who are actually Krishna conscious achieve the association of the Supreme Lord, but they do not desire it. Their only ambition is to engage in the transcendental loving service of the Lord. The highest perfection of devotional service or Krishna consciousness is exhibited when a devotee refuses to accept any benediction or profit from the Supreme Lord. Prahlad Maharaj was offered whatever he liked. He had only to ask for it, but he said, my Lord, I am your eternal servant. It is my duty to serve you. So how can I accept any benefit from it? Then I would not be your servant, I would be a merchant. He replied in that way, and that is the sign of a pure person. Krishna is so
So,
kind that
so basically, if we are thinking my devotion should get some benefit out of it, इसमें मुझे क्या फायदा है? That kind of mentality is there. Then it's a merchant mentality.
yes, yes,
Okay, it is a merchant mentality, and it is not pure devotion. Pure devotion is whether I get or I don't get, I don't care. But Krishna should get.
yes.
Okay, that is pure devotion. So go ahead. He replied in that.
He replied in that way, and that is the sign of a pure person. Krishna is so kind that he fulfills all the desires of a devotee, even if he wants material benediction. If at the bottom of the devotee's heart there is some desire, he also fulfills that. He is so kind, but the sublime position of bhakti yoga or devotional service is that pure devotee refuses to accept the various kinds of liberation, even if offered by the Supreme Lord. If one has material desire or motives within himself and the fulfillment of such desires, he engage himself in devotional service. The result will be that he will never get pure love of God. If one is thinking, I am engaged in Krishna consciousness and Krishna's devotional service because I want such and such an opulence, that desire may be fulfilled, but he will never get such unalloyed love of Krishna as the gopis had. If one has a motive, even though he discharges his devotional duty, he still will not be able to reach the stage of pure love of Godhead. In a verse from a Bhakti Rasamrit Sindhu, Rup Goswami says, as long as one desires some material benefit, or even if he wants salvation, then he must take those costly representations. As long as that Maya exists within one's heart, how can one enjoy the spiritual bliss derived from pure love of Godhead? In other words, if one has material desire or even desire for salvation, he cannot attain pure love of Godhead. Pure devotion is devoid of all desires. It is simply to render loving service for its own sake.
Yeah.
There
So
is an
pure devotion is devoid of all desires. All other desires. I want this, I don't want this. No. It is only to render service for the sake of service. Which we see in the case of, can you give any example? Any devotee example? Who was like this?
Prahlad Maharaj.
Yes. And another one. Very famous.
Okay,
Everyone likes him from Ramayana.
okay. Hanuman, yes.
Yes, Hanuman. So once what happened is Sita gave a pearl necklace
Mm,
and Hanuman just broke it and he's looking at every pearl and he said, there is no Ram in this, so I don't want this. Right?
yes, yes.
There was one more pastime. Um, once Garuda came to Hanuman and he said, Lord Ram wants to do so and so thing. So the moment he said he wants you to do this, he saw that Hanuman is gone and he has reached to Lord Ram and he's doing that service. And by the time he completes his sentence, Hanuman is back again. And he says, I am done. I have done that service. So that is was his service mentality of Hanuman. So that is pure devotion, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Go ahead.
There is a nice example in the life of Rup Goswami. Rup Goswami and his brother Sanatan Goswami were living separately in Vrindavan and going on with their bhajan devotional service. Rup was living in the forest and there was no facility for cooking nice food or begging from the village for a chapati to eat. Rup Goswami was the younger brother and he thought if I could get some photo stuff, then I could prepare nice
Dog.
dishes and offer them to Krishna and invite my elder brother. He had that desire. The next moment, a nice girl about 12 years old came and delivered an abundance of food stuff, milk, flour, ghee, etc. That is Vedic system. Sometimes householder presents food stuffs to mendicants and sages in renounced order of life. Rup Goswami was very glad that Krishna had sent so many things and that he could now prepare a feast. He prepared feast and then invited his elder brother. When Sanatan Goswami came, he was astonished. How have you secured such things? You have prepared such a nice feast in the forest. How is it possible? Swarup Goswami explained in the morning, I desired for it, and by chance Krishna sent me all these things. A nice girl came and she offered it to me. He was describing the girl, a very nice girl. Then Sanatan said, this nice girl is Radharani. You have taken service from Radharani. the Lord's eternal consort. It is a great blunder. That is their philosophy. They would not accept service from the Lord. They simply want to render service. But Krishna is so clever that he also wants to serve his devotee. He looks for an opportunity to serve his devotees. This is spiritual competition. A pure devotee does not want anything with Krishna. He simply wants to serve him. And Krishna also looks for the opportunity to serve his devotee. Krishna is always as anxious to please his devotee as devotee is to please him.
Yeah. So you see, there are some people now. Recently, there were some videos that there is one person, he puts
Mhm,
some flower or some deity, and that flower falls down.
mhm,
And then people say, "Oh, look at that! He's a great personality. That's why the deity is responding."
mhm,
But here we can see from Rupa Goswami and Sanatan Goswami's example is when Radharani responded, they are saying
mhm.
it's a great blunder. It's a
Yes.
great mistake that we have done. Even
Mhm,
that service they don't want from Radharani.
mhm,
So we can see, what is pure devotional service and what is show business.
mhm,
Show business is one wants to just show to the people, oh, look, I put a flower on the Lord and it fell down. That means my desire will be fulfilled.
mhm.
And Sanatan Goswami is saying we don't want our desires to be fulfilled. So that is the level of their pure devotion. But Krishna, he is interested in fulfilling their desire.
Mhm,
See, Prahlad said, in this wall also there is the Lord. Did he
mhm.
desire that Narsimha Bhagwan should come out of it?
No,
No. Then why did Narsimha Bhagwan came?
to prove his words like Lord
To
wants
prove
to
Prahlad's
prove.
words.
Yes.
So he didn't come on the challenge of Hiranyakashipu. That Hiranyakashipu challenged. I am everywhere. I need to show him. No. He came because Prahlad has said that I am in this wall and therefore I will come. You see? So there is a difference that Krishna is very eager to serve his devotee. So this is
Yes.
spiritual competition between pure devotee and Krishna. But a person who is not pure, right? He will artificially create that competition.
Mhm,
He'll artificially create, like I was talking, put a flower on the DT and it falls down and then show it to everyone. Yeah, it fell down. I am a great person. Now my desire will be fulfilled. What is your
mhm,
desire? Oh, I want a lottery win of 5 crore rupees.
mhm,
This is that desire. So that is not pure devotion. That is what? That is materialistic motivation.
mhm,
If that desire doesn't get fulfilled, then they'll say, oh, this DT is a stone. They'll
mhm,
end up saying like that, right?
mhm,
So yeah, pure devotion is completely different.
mhm,
At our level, we have to do our devotion under the instruction of Guru Maharaj and
mhm,
slowly, gradually come to this level of pure devotion. Hmm?
mhm. Yes.
Okay,
This
continue.
is this is the transcendental world. One on the absolute plane, there is no exploitation. Everyone wants to serve. No one wants to take service. In the transcendental world, everyone wants to give service. You want to give service to me, and I want to give service to you. This is such a nice attitude. This material world means that I want to pickpocket, that I want to pickpocket you, and you want to pickpocket me. That's all. This is the material world. We should try to understand it. In the material world, everyone wants to exploit his friend, his father, his mother, everyone. But in the transcendental one, everyone wants to serve. Everyone has Krishna as the central point of serving, and all the devotees, either as friends or servant or parents or lover of Krishna, all want to serve him. And at the same time, Krishna also wants to serve them. This is transcendental relationship. The main function is service. Although there is no necessity of service for everyone is full, there is no hunger, there is no necessity of eating, but still everyone offers nice things to eat. This is transcendental world. Unless we attain the stage of simply serving Krishna or his devotee, we cannot relish the transcendental pleasure of service. If we have any motive, then that sense will never be awakened. Without a motive, without desire for personal sense gratification. Service should be rendered to the Supreme Lord and his devotee.
Yes. So yeah, so we understood the difference between pure devotion and materialistic motivation, and everything in between just falls like that. So,
Yes.
so my question to you: if we don't have pure devotion, then what it should be our devotion? What we should do?
We should hanker for that.
Okay, we should hanker for that. And suppose we have some material desire, what we should do? Should we suppress it, not ask it? What we should do?
Like if we have, like in Bhagavatam, one verse is that, like if you have full of material desire or you have no material desire, you should approach the Lord. Like Dhruv Maharaj approached the Lord, and when we will do the mm, like we want to please the Lord, then automatically Lord first purify our hearts, and after that He will give He will give whatever we want. But at that time we are not interested in that things.
Suppose we come to know that, if we approach a demigod, he will also give it. Why to ask Krishna? We should not ask anything from Krishna, right? That is what is pure devotion.
Mm,
So let me ask
yes,
the
yes.
demigod what we want. What do you think?
But like demigod don't purify your heart, but Krishna will purify your heart, then he will give you the result.
Fine, I am chanting Hare Krishna. I will
Mm,
purify. Chanting Hare Krishna
mhm,
will purify my heart. But I
mm.
can go to this demigod and ask.
But Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita, no, one who is going for to demigods and all those things, like they have no, they are mad. Like one who is going to demigod, like it is not proper to approach demigod for material benefits.
Does he
We should
say it
approach to
is
Krishna.
it is ours to Krishna? Does he say like that? What does he say exactly?
But but like Krishna said, it is not proper. Like we should put water in the root of the tree, not like we should put water on the leaves. So it is not proper to approach demigod. We should approach Krishna still if we have material
So the
desire.
word you used is avidhi purvaka.
Yes, avidhi purvak.
अविधि पूर्वक ये अपि धन्य देवता भक्ता यजन्ते श्रद्धवान्वितः ते अपि एव कौन्तेय यजन्ति अविधि पूर्वकम्.
Mm-hmm.
They're doing it in a wrong way. Wrong
Mm-hmm.
way doesn't mean I don't like it or this is bad way or something. Wrong way means indirect only.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yes, if we want something from demigod, then it is sanctioned by Lord only. So why not
Okay.
ask from
So now
Lord
you gave an
directly?
example of Dhruva Maharaj,
Mm.
right? So we'll go to that example of Dhruva Maharaj, and we will read one thing that he said.
Tibra yoga and bhakti. Like he said, if we have to practice Tibra yoga and bhakti yoga if we have material desires also. Then also.
Okay, okay. Yes, we have to practice Tivra Yogena. Hmm, yes. So, in this case, what happens is Dhruva Maharaj's brother is killed by Yaksha. So, Dhruva Maharaj goes and fights with the Yaksha alone. And he starts killing a lot of them. A lot of Lakshas he kills. Then his grandfather, Swayambhu Manu, comes and instructs him that only one yaksha killed your brother. Why are you killing so many? So stop that. Understand that we are not the body, but we are soul, and karma affects us. So that affected your brother, and you just had to respond very softly or smallly to one yaksha. Why you're killing so many of them? And these yakshas they worship Kuvera, the wealth person, the wealth demigod. So now you have to go to him and you have to say sorry to him that you did that. So, wait, Kuvera. So he said, your actions have been disrespectful to Kuvera and Lord Shiva. So for this reason, you should immediately pacify Shiva with Kuvera with gentle words and prayers, and his wrath may not affect our family. Now, Dhruva Maharaj is approaching Kuvera, and Kuvera says something like this. Ha! Kuvera says to Dhruva Maharaj, he says, my dear Dhruva, son of Maharaj Uttanapada, we have heard that you are constantly engaged in transcendental loving service to the Supreme Personal Godhead, who is known for his lotus navel. You are therefore worthy to take all benedictions from me. Please therefore ask without hesitation whatever benediction you want from me. So he's saying, you ask from me any benediction. So now this demigod himself says, you ask something from me. What do you think Dhruva must have asked? What do you think?
I think he didn't ask anything.
No, he did ask something.
Forgiveness.
He already asked before. He's saying benediction. Ask something from me
Mm-hmm.
that I from my power will give you. So Kuvera is Lord of Wealth.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Kuvera's was the he had the um, Pushpak Vihan, right? Viman that
Yes.
Ravana stole. And then
Mm-hmm.
finally Lord Ram came on that same Pushpak Viman to Ayodhya.
Mm-hmm.
So he had that technology also. So now you tell me Dhruva knew all this. He knew that he has a lot of gold, he has technology. So now Dhruva has to ask something. So what will he ask? What do you think Dhruva will ask? Or Dhruva did ask?
Puspak Viman.
What?
Puspak Viman.
Oh, he asked Pushpak Viman?
No, no. I am guessing now because I don't know what he asked.
Okay. Okay, suppose some instead of Dhruva Maharaj, some personality is there.
Mm-hmm.
Devotee. Some devotee is there, other devotee.
Mm-hmm.
And now Kuvera tells him, you ask any benediction from you, from me. What will you ask? Okay. So what did Dhruva ask is, Dhruva said to give me pure devotion to Krishna.
Mm-hmm.
To So he said, my dear Vidura, when thus asked to accept benediction from Kuvera, the Yaksharaj, Dhruva, the most elevated devotee who was an intelligent and thoughtful, begged that he might have unflinching faith and remembrance of the Supreme Personal Godhead. For thus a person can cross over the oceans of nations very easily, although it is very difficult for others to cross. So now I tell you, now I ask you, if you go to any demigod temple, let's say Ganapati, what are you going to ask?
Yes, yes, that's what I am doing. Like if I used to go to some demigod temple, then I used to ask like, "You have devotion for Lord, and I don't have. Please give me your devotion."
Yes. What is the verse that you will use for Ganapati?
I like Narsim Ganpati used to take lotus feet of Narsim Dev on his head
What
so
is
that
that
he can
verse?
use.
Do you know that
Mm,
verse?
Now I can't able to remember, but I know what
यत
they are.
पाद पल्लव युगम विनिधाय
Yes,
कुंभ
yes, yes.
द्वंद्वे प्रणाम समय गणाधिराज विघ्न विहंतु मलस्य जगत त्रयस्य गोविंदमादि पुरुषम तमहम भजामि. Yatpada Pallavi. So this is the verse that we should use. I'll put it in the chat. Chat. 5.50 of Brahma.
Okay.
Yes. And following in the footsteps of Dhruva Maharaj, we are practicing devotees, but we get to know from Dhruva Maharaj what is to be asked to demigod.
Mm-hmm.
Unflinching faith and remembrance of the Supreme Personal Godhead.
Mm-hmm.
Okay?
Yes.
Okay, now going back to here, we will approaching Krishna with love. This is the formula. We should not try to satisfy our senses separately, but we should try to satisfy Krishna's senses. Then naturally we will become satisfied. A Krishna conscious person is trying to give satisfaction to Krishna. Now, we should not satisfy our senses. What does this mean exactly? See, our senses have some need. Our senses need, some food, some nice music to hear, some beautiful thinking sights to see, right? Nice things to eat. But here we are saying, Prabhupada is saying we should not try to satisfy our senses. So then what does it mean? Should we avoid or what we should do?
We should replace, like, if I want to see beautiful, then we see lotus face and lotus feet of Lord Krishna, his eyes, his eyebrow. And if we want to smell nice thing, then we should smell the flower. If we want to eat nice prasadam, then we should eat. But like for Chaitanya Mahaprabhu provided to don't eat luxurious food and bhalo na khabo, bhalo na poribo, sada hriday Radha Krishna sevibo. So
But
we should try to
but tell me,
do
Viraj,
that,
one
but
thing. You come to ISKCON temple and there is nice food kept there.
yes.
The devotee is serving,
Mm,
puri, sabji,
mm,
halwa,
mm,
pakoda,
mm, mm, mm,
pulao,
mm,
and what and what else? Chaat and all that. So you mean to say we should not eat this?
No, no, I am not saying according to
That
the
should.
level of devotee. According to the level of devotee, like Lord Chaitanya provided, no, we should not hear Gram Mikatha. Like Nectar of Instruction, first verse in that purport, Prabhupada quoted that verse. Lord
But
Chaitanya
then
said we
we
should,
we have to work in this world. We have to go to office and all that. Then we have to
yes,
hear
yes,
some Gramya Katha. What will happen then?
yes, yes,
So then how to apply all this?
yes, like, yes, I am saying according to the level, we should like replace that,
How much
like
can we
for,
replace? We cannot go and tell to the boss, na, stop talking. Suppose somebody is working in television and every day he
Mhm,
has to give a news and that is a 16 rounder devotee. He has to give the news. Gramma Katha
mhm,
news. Now what to
mhm.
do? Should he change his job?
No, no, no. Like,
Then
if possible, like, otherwise he will like give, like work in renunciation. Like he should give result to Krishna in that case.
yeah, so the verse that was spoken, right? Gramyana Suno Ye and all that
Mhm,
was
mhm.
spoken to whom?
Like we all, like, if you want to practice Krishna consciousness, then we should be sannyasi.
No,
Like,
no, no,
what
no. That
what we should
verse,
think.
that verse
Like,
was
yes,
spoken to whom?
yes,
To whom? Lord Chaitanya
like,
spoke that verse to whom? Which Goswami did he spoke to?
yeah, yes, yes. He
Raghunath
spoke
Das
to
Goswami.
Raghunath Das Goswami, but also like there is we think no everything belongs to Krishna, so we are also in that stage only. So like we should be like I heard in class of Maharaj. Maharaj says we should be renounced, like we should be thinking of everything belongs to Krishna, nothing belongs to us. So
Yeah,
we
that is fine.
all
That
are
is
following.
fine. My question is how to apply. Because it was spoken to Raghunath Das Goswami, who was even greater than a sannyasi.
Yes.
But then we are married people, we are working here, there, traveling in bus and all
Mm,
that. These
mm,
things will be there. We
mm,
have to take care of our in-laws, sometimes go to their, functions and all that, then how to take care of this Gramya Katha and Bhalo na Khabo and all that?
Yes, yes. Then in that case, we should do like that. Like we should eat only Krishna Prasadam. That will be best.
Okay, but if Krishna Prasad itself is very bhalo bhalo,
Mhm.
then what we should do?
Yes, I will also take, but I don't eat overeating. That's
Meaning,
what I will
if
do.
you go to a devotee's house, you will, and he's nicely serving, giving you, puris and this and that. He will say, no, 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 Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that bhalo na khabo. Don't give me this.
No,
Then,
no, 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 not like that. Like we should take little. Don't do overeating. That's what it is recommended.
yeah. So there are multiple points to that statement. It is not it's, and first thing is, these statements we should understand that they were said to a sannyasi.
Raghunath Das, yes.
Yeah. And he never told this sentence to anybody else. We should remember that. And to all the devotees who came from Bengal, the first thing he made was he made them eat Jagannath Prasad, which is 56
Yes,
offerings.
yes, yes,
Now,
yes.
at
I
that point,
know.
he didn't say them, oh, bhalo na khabo, bhalo na khabo. He didn't say
No,
that.
no.
He
Yes,
said
yes.
Jagannath Prasad, and he made them
Mm,
feed till their
mm.
neck.
Yes, yes.
You see?
Mm.
So,
Like that is serving devotee. So, like yes, we should
so the
do.
thing is, how to understand that if we are attached to very good food or something,
Mm,
there are few tests. One of it is whether we are desiring it too much. Okay, we are ourselves desiring it. Sometimes children desire, I want lollipop, I want lollipop. So are we desiring that exclusively and telling no, no, आज तो ऐसा ही खाना है मुझे, right? Second thing
ye-
is, out of our extreme desire, are we going and eating it outside and we saying, oh, thoda मन में offer कर दे and बाहर
mm,
खाएंगे? Are we doing that? Are we demanding it? If it comes our way through proper channels like in a devotee house or a function or in a marriage and all that, we will accept
mm.
it.
Yes.
Or are we overeating it more than necessary?
Mm,
दो गुलाब जामुन दिया बट नहीं मुझे 10 ही खाना है.
mm,
So then that those are the tests. That's how we need to look at it and then decide bhalo no khabo. Okay.
mm,
Hmm. And suppose in our family somebody else is also there, like have children or wife,
mm.
or
We so
parents or brother or sister, and we see them bhalo no khabo, they are eating like
no, no, no,
then
no.
what we
We
should
should
do?
not impose other. Like we should like I am trying to do on myself. We do not criticize others. No, we don't see fault in others.
But if that fault we see in our children, then
Try to understand. Like we should try to tell him, but it is difficult to understand. It is difficult for our children to understand that thing.
yeah.
Try to do minimize. Try to do a bit little.
So the thing is, we should see the nature of these people. Everyone's nature is not pure personality. They are at
Mm,
their own level, and they
yes.
have gradations of mode of goodness, mode of passion, mode of ignorance, and
Mm,
depending on that gradations, depending on that permutation combination, they are
mm,
driven by various things to various objects, sense objects, right?
mm, mm,
So if they are, let's say, foodie,
mm, mm.
then we should allow them in Govindas,
Yes. Yes.
and we should not restrict them in Govindas.
Yes.
In Govindas, we should not tell them, hey,
Mm.
no, only khichdi. Order
No,
only
no,
khichdi.
not like
So that is
that.
stupidity. That is stupidity.
Yes,
If their
yes, yes.
nature is
No,
like that, then we should satisfy the nature in a
yes,
Krishna conscious way,
yes,
right? So we should try
yes.
satisfy that nature into Krishna. Like some personality will be, they are too much money conscious, business
Mm,
oriented.
Mhm.
So, okay, fine, you do business, but train them in such a way that they are having desire for charity also.
Yes.
Okay, if you
Mm,
earn more, or if you can earn, but you have to give good charity also. And if they get that
mhm.
kind of attitude in them, then that is success.
Yes.
Okay, they may not become pure devotee, chant 64 rounds or something,
Mhm.
but
Yes.
they may do something great. They may give
Mhm.
50 lakhs, 50 crore
Mm,
rupees in
mhm.
one
Yes.
shot,
Yes.
right?
Yes. Yes.
So depending on the mentality,
Mm,
we should guide them in such a
yes.
way that
Yes.
they are able to keep the balance, and they are
Mhm.
able to understand that Krishna consciousness is also important, and
Mhm.
whatever I want to do is also important, and both can be done.
Mm, yes. Yes.
Yeah, when they are done that way, then we see them that they will grow very nicely.
Yes. Yes. Yukta vairagya rupa Goswami said.
Yeah, so yukta vairagya, we should see how we can do it. Is a very dynamic topic.
Yes. Yes.
Okay, it cannot be applied strictly.
Yes. Yes.
For some people it has to be applied slowly.
Yes.
Like there was one devotee, and he was cultivated by giving ice cream.
Mhm.
So
Yes.
but
Yes.
that was it.
We. Yes. Yes.
There was another
Like.
devotee who told, oh, I like to go to Mayapur.
Mhm.
There is this shop there where you get very nice herbal tea.
Mhm.
Now, the
Mhm.
whole purpose of his
Yes.
Mayapur trip was definitely in his mind for that herbal tea also.
Mahaprasadam story. Yes. Yes. Like. Like we also do like to only this thing only we used to give good prasadam to new devotees so that by prasadam only they used to come.
Yeah, someone likes Western music, so they will like Western music, Hare Krishna mantra.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Sachinandan Maharaj, he became devotee by
Mm.
listening to George Harrison's
Yes.
Oh My
Yes.
Sweet Love.
Many, mm-hmm.
So that was
Many
a rap
devotee.
song, that was
Mm.
a disco song,
Mm-hmm.
but he liked that, and he became devotee through that.
Yes. Yes.
So it is Yukta Vairagya, and experts
Mm.
should see how they can attract Krishna. I mean, how they
Mm.
can attract these souls towards Krishna in a
Mm-hmm.
different way. You
Mm.
see? Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, we have some time. Let's continue. When Krishna was on this earth, all the residents of Vrindavan loved him. Indeed, they knew nothing but Krishna, and they did not know whether Krishna is God or not. Nor were they disturbed by such thought. I shall love Krishna if he is God. No, they loved Krishna with the feeling that whether he is God or not, I don't care. I just love him. The attitude was one of the pure love, and they thought he may not be God. It doesn't matter. We love him. That's all. Then this is the platform of real unalloyed love. When one thinks if Krishna is God, I should love him. It should be known that this is not the platform of pure love, but of conditional love. So if there is something if statement in it, then we should understand it is conditional love. Okay. And we will see that whoever we may preach, and in ourselves also we have this if condition. So we should understand, okay, it is not pure devotion. But from that perspective, we should then grow. Okay. While on earth, Krishna exhibited extraordinary powers, and the Vrajavasis, the residents of Vrindavan, often thought, oh Krishna, oh, Krishna is such a wonderful child. Maybe he's some demigod. He thought in this way because people in general are under the impression that demigods are all powerful. Within the material world, the demigods are powerful, but people are not aware that Krishna is above all them. So sometimes they thought that Krishna is a demigod, very powerful personality. Brahma gave his opinion on this verse. Ishvara Parama Krishna Sachidan Vigraha. Krishna is the supreme controller, and his body is full of knowledge, bliss, and eternity. Little did the residents of Vrindavan know of Krishna's power as the ultimate controller and maintainer or master of all the demigods. What is noteworthy is that their love for him was not subject to such considerations. So the Vrindavan Vasi's love is very pure. Okay, they don't have ifs and buts statements in their devotion. Okay. As the residents of Vrindavan loved Krishna unconditionally, similarly Krishna loved them unconditionally. Vrajendra Vallabha Girivardhari. When the inhabitants of Vrindavan stopped performing sacrifices to Lord Indra, the chief demigods of the heavens, they placed themselves in a very dangerous position. Indra became very angry and sent powerful clouds that rained over Vrindavan incessantly for 7 days. The whole area began to flood and the inhabitants became very disturbed. Although he was only 7 years old, Krishna saved the inhabitants of Vrindavan by lifting Govardhan hill and holding it up as an umbrella to shield the village. Lord Krishna thus taught the demigods Indra that his disturbances could be stopped simply by his little finger. Seeing this, Lord Indra bowed down before Krishna. Okay, so Krishna loves them unconditionally in a very difficult situation like this Govardhan Lila. He saved them. Then Krishna is also known as Gopi Jana Vallabha. Gopi Jana Vallabha means his only business is to protect Gopi Jana, the gopis. Krishna consciousness aims at teaching people how to become Gopi Janas. Gopi Janas are pure lovers of Krishna. When he reached that stage of pure love of God, the Lord will save us from any danger, even if it means his lifting a hill or a mountain. Krishna did not have to practice some yoga system in order to lift Govardhan hill. See, weightlifters, if they have to lift 120 kgs, 150 kgs, 200 kgs, they have to practice every day, right? They have to do exercise and all that. But Krishna didn't have to do all that. He just came, he lifted it. Okay. As God, he's all powerful. Even as a child, he played like a child and dealt with others like a child. But when there was a need, he manifested himself as God Almighty. That is the nature of Krishna or God. When there is a need, he will do it by his independent will. He does not have to practice meditation to follow some systems of yoga in order to become God. He is not a manufactured type of God, but is God eternally. Okay. So we will stop here. Any last questions or comments?
No, Prabhuji. Thank you.
Okay.
Hare
Okay. Thank you very much.